This is your dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Starting from humble beginnings, Nick has been beating the markets for over 2 decades. He shares with you his take on the profitable trades that will have you moving towards financial freedom in no time at all. To see an in-depth review of his track record and much more, go to inthemoneystocks.com. Welcome. This is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. I'm Kerry Lutz. Today is November 4th, 2020. This is show number 152, Election Aftermath, a time for licking your wounds, feeling sorry for yourself, or perhaps figuring out how to profit from the coming turmoil. Well, the current turmoil, it's coming. Changes are coming. Change is your friend. If you listen to Nick, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. Nick, hey, we're here. It's the day after, and what do we do?
Well, right now you still got a rally going on. The markets are up, and they like what's going on. There's likely to see this election go to the courts. So I'd say I'm not surprised about that, and I'm really not. I thought that would probably be the case, and it is. I knew this was going to be a highly contested election, but the markets are rallying today, and that's basically because it looks like the GOP is going to keep the Senate. So they're not the Congress and Joe Biden are not going to be able to push through tax hikes right away, and that's a little saving grace for the markets right now. You got a big rally today in technology, up 3.5% as we speak. The Dow is actually doing well, up 1.8%, even though a lot of Dow components are getting hit today. Stocks like Caterpillar are down big. John Deere is down big. So and a few others. But we'll see where we go from here. Ultimately, I'm still bullish here going into the holidays, and we'll keep it at that. But I do think next year, and I'm going to be laying out my plan very soon for all of my members of what 2021 is going to look like. I think you got some tremendous opportunities, both on the long and short side. But there's a theme here. And again, if Biden is confirmed that he will be the new president, there's really some good opportunities. It may not be on the long side, but there'll be some great opportunities on the short side.
And one thing I've learned in life, Nick, there's 2 things you never count on to save you. Number 1 is elections, and number 2 is the legal system. It never works out. I've had cases before, multi-million dollar cases that really were make or break, and they went against me. And then I've had other cases that I shouldn't have won, and they went in my favor. Point is that this is a time for self-reliance, reconnecting with community, friends, family, let bygones be bygones, and move ahead, because that's all you can do.
Yeah, you always just have to move ahead. You never, ever look back. In the Bible, it says when Lot's wife moved back, she turned into a pillar of salt. And, you never want to look back. You always look forward, and you don't look in the rearview mirror. You keep going forward, and you drive forward. And that's going to keep you progressing. But there's great opportunities in the market coming up. Right now, we're going to try to enjoy this rally that we're having, and we'll try to make some more money. I've had a very good week so far, and now we'll see where we go. But I think the market still can run up here. There could be some turbulence as this goes into the courts. This election does go into the courts, but it does look like there's going to be gridlock, and markets like gridlock, which means the Senate will stay in control by the GOP. The House will stay with the Democrats, and then likelihood of Biden becoming the new president of the United States is probably very high right now. So that's where we are, and we'll see how this all plays out. But a good rally day for the markets, really across the board. We are seeing bond yields get hammered today, so that means money's going into bonds. I'm not so sure what that's telling us, but that could be saying, hey, I want to be in a safe haven. But I'll try to decipher that a little bit better over the next couple of days, as we're just getting flooded with information. But I'll be watching these market moves, and they'll be telling us a lot going forward.
Yeah, so watch the market moves. The market will tell you everything you need to know.
That's right. The market will tell you everything you need to know. It always does. And again, I was looking for a low in the markets last week, and we got that. And so far, we've had, a sensational bounce in all of the major indexes. And, we'll just let the markets tell us a little bit more. But there's going to be some tremendous opportunities coming up after the new year.
I couldn't agree with you more. So, Nick, employment not so great this month?
Yeah, so we got the ADP private sector employment report, and that number came out at with a 350,000 print. The prior number, I believe, was 749,000, and I think the expectations were for 600,000. So this was not as strong as last month, and that is a little bit problematic because if we don't create more jobs, or if Biden's elected and we go back into lockdowns or something like that, there could be some real disasters here. But the charts will tell you, and the beauty about playing the stock market is, everybody thinks you're just a long trader or a short trader. I'm a trend trader, right? So I sniff out these trends generally before they make their turns. And if you could catch it on the turn, that's where the big money is made. I remember years ago reading a quote from Paul Tudor Jones saying the big money is made on the turns. And be honest, that's where I've made my money. So, just like in the month of March, end of March, everybody's bearish. I saw the turn and we made, a nice boat full of money at that point in time, getting long and buying the market. Prior to that, I was bearish the market. I had no idea coronavirus was going to take over the headlines here, but we made money on the short side. And I think next year, the shorting opportunity is really just unprecedented.
Yeah, well, sad but true. But what are we going to do? Life has to go on, and elections will come and go. But the machine is the machine, right? The king is dead. Long live the king.
That's it. That's it. And but again, as far as trading purposes go, there's opportunities here, and you just want to be able to isolate them, and more importantly, execute and take advantage of them.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I'm with you. I'll view it as an opportunity, and I've decided on the show, etc., foregoing all political discussion, anything else. I'm just not interested in anymore, and just need to move forward. I mean, I think that's really it. Hey, what about gold and silver today? What's the deal with them?
Yeah, so today, when you look at gold, it's down a little bit. Gold futures are down about $6.80 right now, still above the 1900 level, sitting at around 1903 and a half. So they're down a touch. Then when you look at silver today, that's down about 19 cents, trading at around 24.14 in silver futures. So just a little bit of a pullback. They're not really showing any major signs of strength. But what I will say with gold and silver is that it's still putting in that sideways pattern, and that's the pattern you want to keep your eye on. Ultimately, when that sets up, you could get a blast off move. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen right away. I think traders just got to be patient, and just buy your time and let the charts tell you what to do there. But ultimately, I'm ultra bullish on gold. I'm ultra bullish even more on silver.
And copper.
And copper as well, yeah. And that'll take a little bit of time. Copper's had, along with gold and silver, it's had an amazing run. And it's doing well again today. So, copper may be the one that takes off before these other two. But either way, these all look really, really good. Just wait for pattern. Don't jump the gun. I always tell traders that patience is everything in this business. So just let the pattern set up.
Okay, and we've got the mother of all stimulus packages on the way, right?
I would think so. I don't think it's going to happen right away. I just don't think the Senate will, if the Senate is controlled by the GOP, I don't think that's going to happen right away. But ultimately, this guy's got 4 years there. Whether or not he makes all 4 years remains to be seen. But either way, there's going to be massive bailouts for these liberal states like New York and Illinois and California. So, just be ready. When they can get that passed, they will do that.
Yeah. And in the interest of bipartisanship, I think it'll be sooner rather than later. That's my gut feel. Might not take place till after the inauguration, but look, the die's cast. Nothing's going to change it. And let's all be prepared to profit accordingly from it. Because the economy is bad, recession, depression doesn't mean that you have to participate in it. Anyway, we'll be talking a lot more about this in the coming days and weeks ahead. So what I'd like you to do is email us with any questions or comments, kl@kerrylutz.com. Real important now, anything you can think of that you want to know, email us, and Nick and I will go over it. We'll spend the time on it. Take a look at Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com, and the Twitter feeds at ITMS, at Nick Santiago 01, at Kerry Lutz. Take a look very closely at Nick's trading record, because this is going to be a market for traders, where traders, the 1%, Nick, the rich will get richer here. There's no question.
I just always tell everybody, learn the charts. I can't explain it, in a podcast. It takes years and years of experience to learn it, but I'm very, very blessed to have learned it. You're never going to win on every trade, but they're going to put you in the right direction and put the odds in your favor every time you do take a trade. And that's really what this business is all about.
And that's all you can ask for. Well, that's it for today. We will pick up tomorrow, and hey, go out, have some fun. Don't sit around moping. There's no point. It's unproductive. Accept the reality, the new reality, which really was here already, and now you just can't ignore it, Nick. You have to move on, and you got to keep doing what you have to do. And Nick, we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, Kerry, sounds great.
And so concludes another episode of Daily Market Wisdom with Master Trader Nick Santiago. Be sure to go to his website, inthemoneystocks.com. Don't forget the Twitter feeds at ITMS and at Nick Santiago 01.